All right. Okay. Oh, welcome, welcome. We got 11:01. So yeah, I'm gonna give just a couple more minutes. Today's today's theme for class is self-compassion. And so with that being said, I really want you guys to make sure you're super comfy. So make sure you're nice and warm. If you need a nice meditation pillow to have some cushion underneath your calves and your ankles, I would recommend doing that. Maybe even getting a little bolster so that your hips are elevated just a little higher than your knees. Just really make some time to make sure your space feels really comfortable for our time together here. So I think a glass of water, a cup of tea, dim your lighting, like just make your environment feel really cozy for you. I really want it to feel inviting and warm for you. So whatever little adjustments that you might want to make for yourself, this is a great time to go ahead and do those things. So blankets, blocks, props, cups, teas, anything like that that you want to just have to make yourself feel really nurtured. We're nurturing ourselves today. We're going to be exploring how do we take care of ourselves? How can we do little things to take care of our space, both externally and internally? Right? This emotional landscape space too. I am hoping that the other girls can join us. Oh, Rashina says she's not making it today. She's got an inspection. Shoots. So she's not going to make it. And hopefully Jessica is not going to make it either. So we will send them some love on our recording today, and they'll be able to catch us in the recording. So Jessica and Rashina, we love you. We miss you. We're sorry that you can't be here. We're thinking of you, and we're kind of holding you in this space with us. All right. If everyone's feeling like they got their seat, feeling really good, go ahead and take a moment to just move some of the flesh away from the sit bones and allow the sit bones to ground down into the earth. Really feeling a connection here. And at the same time, really breathing into that spinal cord and allowing it to be nice and extended and long. So the crown of your head is reaching up towards the stars, up towards the sky, towards the sun. You're taking a couple nice breaths here as you're feeling nice and elongated in the spine. We are going to come into our opening mantra, which is Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, which we say 3 times together to create this container and this space. We're filling it with love and compassion and bringing in our guides, calling in our guides, our angels, our guardians to be with us and be present with us in this space for the intention of coming together and for our healing. So bringing our hands up to palms facing together, touching in front of the heart center into Anjali Mudra. We're going to take a nice inhale through the nose and then exhale completely and deeply out the mouth, long extended sigh. And on an inhale, preparing for our mantra together. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhaling. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Noticing the vibration that you just created with your own sound and how that vibration around you feels. Beginning to imagine a golden orb of light emanating out from your hands, surrounding your entire body. A golden grid orb protecting you, surrounding you. You can even maybe imagine it spinning and having some movement. As we breathe into our protection mantra here, we're repeating this 3 times together. Inhaling deeply. Ad Gurude Name, Juad Gurude Name, Sat Gurude Name, Siri Gurude Deve Name. Ad Gurude Name, Juad Gurude Name, Sat Gurude Name, Siri Gurude Deve Name. Ad Gurude Name, Juad Gurude Name, Sat Gurude Name, Siri Gurude Deve Name. Inhale, suspend the breath. Bring the gaze to the third eye. Gently exhale completely. Lifting the gaze, bringing the hands to face up on top of the thighs. Just being in this space, this opening mantra. And today I'm going to focus our class today on the concept of self-compassion. So how can we be self-compassionate in our practice? Your body, your practice. So as we move today through our movements, really want you to know your body and to know your practice. If you need to come out of something at any point in time and take a break, that's great. Trust what you need in your body. So we are going to just do a little movement here and then a couple more breathing exercises that we've been doing. But first I want to do a little joint rolling with you guys. So we're going to kind of just start with our wrists. We're just going to start rolling the wrists to the right or rolling them in opposite directions away from each other. And see if you can kind of do it slow. See if you can notice with the breath. So inhaling, circling up, and exhaling, coming down. I'm trying to link the breath and the movement together. And then going in the opposite direction. Moving the wrists in the opposite direction. Noticing your breath, noticing your movement. Bringing the hands, the fingertips facing the shoulders here. Then we're just going to kind of roll our shoulders up and back. Inhaling up, exhaling towards the back. Your body, your practice. Notice where the breath is moving in the body as you're moving. We're going to make our way onto all fours. And we're just going to do some nice hip rolls here. So we're going to inhale, kind of coming up and an extension, exhaling, coming back, lifting, letting the hips dip all the way back. See if you guys can see me here a little bit. Yes. So we're going to be on all fours. We're going to inhale this round circular motion, like we're stirring a pot with our belly here. So inhaling, coming up, exhaling, coming back down. Your body, your breath, your movement. Inhaling up, exhaling back down. Your rhythm, your breath. Opening up the hips, Opening up the wrists, opening up the shoulders, really allowing the movement to create some fluidity within the body as you link your breath to movement. Begin to reverse the direction. Inhaling up, exhaling back down. We're gonna come to just like a tabletop. And then let the hips come all the way back into child's pose. And allow the forehead to kiss the mat here. Allow the breath to breathe deeply into the back body, filling up the ribs, the back of the heart. It's really allowing the wave of breath to come up and in through the body, filling up in all 360 degrees inside of your body. And exhale, just giving it to the earth. Giving the morning, giving the week. Giving this wild beginning of the year. Just really allowing yourself to come into this connective space, feeling the earth beneath your hands. That connection between your forehead and the earth, this wisdom seal. Two to three more breaths here. Inhale, pressing into the hands, coming back up to tabletop. I want you to feel really stable here because we're going to be doing some alternative movements. So make sure that your knees are underneath your hips and your hands are right underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale, right arm, left leg extends. And really reaching here, like reaching for something, reaching and kind of pushing out with the heel of the foot. You can flex the foot and extend the foot. So it's called plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. I don't know if you can see that with my foot here. Let me get it back in here. So we're gonna extend the foot and flex the foot, okay? So inhaling, right arm, left leg extends. Exhale, back down to the earth, making that connection. Inhale, left arm reaches, right leg reaches, plantar flex, dorsiflex. So we're really trying to work all these joint spaces here. Exhaling, coming back down, inhaling, right arm, left leg. Your body, your breath, your movement. Coming back down, inhaling, opposite side. We're gonna do 3 more rounds of this. Inhaling and exhaling your rhythm, your body, your breath, and really see if you can link your breath to the movement. A lot of things going on here. It's kind of dynamic as you're breathing, you're stretching, you're flexing, you're extending. Coming back to tabletop here. We're going to come just straight onto our knees. If that doesn't feel good, give yourself some blankets or some blocks to give yourself some cushion either underneath your knees or in between your calves and your thighs. So we're going to do this kind of like a snake-like movement. This is like a Kundalini Kriya is what this is. And so we're going to be moving fluid in the spine, all the way up and down the spine. And so we're going to be using the inhale to dip down and the exhale to come back up. And we're going to get into our snaky, spiny selves and really allow the movement to be organic and to feel good inside of your body. So as we're inhaling, we're going to have the mantra Sat, and on the exhale, Nam. So truth is my frequency, truth is my vibration, truth is my essence. So we're going to be doing this for about a minute, just opening up the cerebral fluid spine, the spinal fluid all the way up into the body. So inhaling, kind of dipping down, and exhaling, coming back up with the mantra Sat Nam. Your body, your breath, your movement. Coming to stillness, rolling the shoulders back. Notice the breath. Notice your body. Coming back into your easy seat position, we're going to prepare for our ego eradicator. Up. So you're probably familiar with this as we've been doing it every single time. Finding a nice, comfortable, easy seat. We're going to extend the arms out to 60 degrees, curling the fingertips in, thumbs out. And we're doing breath of fire. So inhaling, the navel point comes in towards the spine. And as the exhale, the navel goes in towards the spine, and then the inhale is like up right after that. So, and we're going to be here for a little bit. We've been extending it hopefully a little bit each time. And this really helps to cleanse and clear the energetic auric field, to create clarity in the mind. So fingertips curled, thumbs out, breath of fire. Eyes can be closed here, gazing towards the third eye, or gazing towards the tip of the nose, whatever feels comfortable for you. If you get tired, need to drop your hands down, you can do that. It's your body, it's your practice. Just get right back into it. So here we go. Breath of fire. About 30 more seconds here. You guys are doing great. So proud of you. All right, inhale, bring the thumbs to touch, fingertips stretch out. Inhaling deep, suspend the breath, bring the gaze to the third eye and back to the pineal gland, back behind the skull. Exhaling, clearing your space around you, allowing the magneticness of the vibration that you've just created with your breath to cleanse and clear any negative frequencies out of your energetic auric field. And allow the fingertips come to touch to the earth. And breathe here. Notice your energy here. Beautiful. You're ready, gently allow the gaze to come open. Welcome to week 5, everyone. I'm so excited you guys are here. It really means so much to me. I have immense gratitude every single week for each and every single one of you. Even the ones that just catch the recording, you are in my heart so much. So this week's practice and theme is all about self-compassion. How are we compassionate to ourselves? How do we do things that are compassionate for ourselves? Daily, weekly, monthly, do we have a self-compassion practice? And how do we extend compassion for others? Sometimes it's easier to extend compassion for others when we don't really consider how we extend compassion for ourselves. Oftentimes we're the hardest on ourselves. And when we are grieving, it's so important, or going through a traumatic event and feeling dysregulated, to cultivate a practice of self-compassion. And it's very personal. It's very personal to each and every single one of us. So for me, I really like flowers. And so I made it a thing for myself to just buy myself flowers when I needed them, because they make me happy, and that's something that I like to do for myself. So I want to hear from you all. Jeff is with us today, and so Rashina, I know you're catching the recording, and we're going to do a little check-in and just introduce ourselves and maybe kind of share a little bit about our story again, if that feels okay and safe for everyone to do. You can pass if you don't want to. And so introduction, kind of stating our names, a little bit about why we're here together in this Winter Wings group together. And then I want to extend the question to you of what are some compassionate practices that you have or that you would like to start creating for yourself. So that's the thing for you. And then also, what's your love language with other people? How do you offer compassion to others? So I'm really fascinated. I really want to hear from you. Just unmute yourselves if that's okay. If it's okay, Jeff, would you want to start first and kind of say hello and introduce again? And I'm going to just repin here.
I'm so sorry I've been missing these wonderful times. I got the very first one and then have had conflicts every week, it seems like.
Thanks.
So I'm glad to be here today. But I've been dealing for the last year with my wife passed away. It's getting very close to her death date, actually. It's February 27th is her death date. And so, and then my mom passed away on December 7th. And so the two women in my life for all of my life from birth till a year ago were gone. And so I've been working through that, and am happy to be here to learn about this practice that can help us through grief. And then Jade, you asked about compassionate to ourselves. How do we show that? Yeah, I feel like anytime that I'm in nature is when I am just feeling so at one with myself and just open up. And so I love that. And I love water. Anytime that I'm around water, I like to take a candlelight bath with Epsom salts and nice music, and that's nice.
That is really nice.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
favorite too.
Uh-huh. And let's see, and then showing compassion to others. I'm a hugger, and so I like to hug and just kind of give that love to people, through a simple hug. And I like to smile to people and or at people and share share love that way.
Beautiful. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yes. I'm just running down my thing here. So Mary, you're next on mine. Is that okay? Would you like to share?
Yes,
Okay.
that's fine. I'm Mary. I lost my husband back in 2015 to prostate cancer. We battled it together for 10 years before he passed. Unfortunately, I lost my mother right around that time as well. And then my neck collapsed and I lost feeling in my hands. So my hands are tingly. At this point, I'm beginning to come out of the grief pattern that I was in for years, where I just sat in a chair quietly trying to get my energy back. At this point, I'm learning how to love myself and how to live again. One of the things that I learned along the way was when holiday times come around, I think about what makes it happy for me, and then I do those things for me. I don't wait for others to do it anymore. I do them if I feel like, oh, I want to have flowers on my birthday. That's what I give myself every birthday. Then I've always got them. And if I get more, that's even better.
Yes, exactly.
Right, right. So that has gone a long way in helping the holidays for me. That's birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas. The times when you kind of set up expectations that you have to learn to fulfill yourself. Then you're happier.
Yes.
When I see someone in pain, I have to guard myself first of all because I usually feel it very deeply. Um, I feel it, then I come back up out and I try to think about that person and what their soul seems to need, if it's to listen to them or talk to them or just hug them or just be with them. I try to respond in an intuitive way because generally it'll turn out to be right. So, uh, and if not, the person will let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm just seeking a way to continue to be kind to myself and wake myself back up again to enjoy life.
The little things, right? The little things.
Right. Right. Yes. And people.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Denise.
Hi, everyone. My name is Denise. I am here because I've unexpectedly lost my husband New Year's Eve 2 years ago, and I've been struggling with some PTSD, and I've been trying to give myself some grace. For me, what I do for myself is a few things. One, every night I do some meditation before I go to sleep because I've really been struggling with sleep. I also find that walking in nature, just being in nature, is very, very soothing, healthy, and it helps me. And I've really tried to make more recently skiing really, I don't know, it's just a passion of mine, and I've really tried to make that a priority. This week I've gone 4 times, including tomorrow. And I'm at a point, I have my own business, and I think I just need to work less. I tend to be a person who can't say no to people. And was a big thing. I actually divorced a client this week that wasn't serving me. And
Cheers to that. That's
and
fantastic.
so I'm just going to be very more selective on what work I choose to do and give myself grace. And so as far as being compassionate with others, I think I'm a really good listener, and I've become, I don't know, a lot more sympathetic to people. I mean, everyone's got their shit. And sometimes I think we're so focused on ourselves that we forget that everyone has stuff going on.
It's a good reminder, right? To know that we have no idea what the other person is going through in their bad day, you know, how it's affecting us. And it's a great way to extend compassion, especially when it's difficult to do, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks. That's amazing for sharing. For me, the things I did mention, flowers, baths are really something that I like to do for myself. That's been a compassionate practice for me. In terms of like Ayurveda, through the lens of Ayurveda, there are sort of like these, I call it dinacharya practices. I might be murdering it, so please forgive my Sanskrit. I am not from that country. But I believe it's called dinacharya. And it's basically like a list of like morning and evening daily practices that we can do. And some of these things are kind of funny, like tongue scraping. Some of them are more like, which makes more sense to me, like body oiling, especially when we live in this incredibly dry, arid climate. I think we're all here in Colorado here. It's just, and then the wind picks up. And so this kind of creates a derangement of the Vata dosha. So we have 3 different doshas. We have all of them that are a part of us. And if you're not familiar with them, they are Vata, Kapha, and Pitta. And so I think I sent you a questionnaire that was an Ayurvedic questionnaire. And if I didn't, I will. So that can help you kind of determine what your constitution is. So maybe you, and a lot of us we have all 3, but we're normally dominant in 1 or 2. So it's nice to know that, and all of that is like they're all related to the elements. So the kapha is earth and water. So these are typically people who have really strong, sturdy bones. It's so beautiful in regards to understanding ourselves and our patterns and like what we need to be self-soothing to us. So these dinacharya practices can help us kind of cleanse and create some daily self-compassion for our daily needs. So there's body oiling, there's tongue scraping, there's using rose water like into your eyes. I'm going to send you guys like a really fun list if that's open and available. I'll just email that to you guys and play around with it. See like, oh, I can do a couple of these things. And I would just encourage you to, experience and explore what works for you. And so if there's something that you can do on a daily that feels like it's a compassionate practice for you. And it helps us to just kind of keep ourselves into the forefront. So that's something that I want to share with you all because it's been helping me. And the cool thing is that you don't have to do the one thing all the time. Like I might be doing tongue scraping for like 3 months straight, and then all of a sudden I kind of back off on it and I'm doing like more body oiling, or I'm doing like more herbs and teas and things like that based on the seasons. So I'll send you guys a fun list if that works for you. Okay. So I pulled an animal card for us today, and it's kind of neat because it goes along with the practice that we're going to do here. That I have written out for us, which is a pain care aware visualization meditation class. But our card today is the spider. And the spider brings up a lot of feelings for a lot of different people. But in this particular book, it talks about this representing weaving. It's like weaving into our lives. Spiders were the animals that helped us create the alphabet. They are sort of the weavers of our own destiny. That's sort of the magic of the spider. And so I want to read to you the spider, and it goes along with our visual meditation today, because at a certain point in our guided visualization, I'm going to have you imagine like a golden grid. And so I was like, oh, the spider is perfect for that. So we're already having this imagery of what we're weaving, right? We are weaving intentions into our life by showing up every week for 12 weeks and doing this practice. It's a little ripple that's making an unbeknownst amount of change for us as we're showing up and doing something each week, right? It's a little ripple that's extending out and making a really big shift for us. So the spider is about weaving and about our destiny. So I just had it here. Here we go. So the storyteller, weave, web, and mystery. These are the three words right underneath the spider. And this is the Cosmic Creatures deck book. If anybody likes decks, I have tons of them. And I find the animal medicine is nice, it's light, and it helps to keep my focus on something that is like a message for me. So it helps me to keep my mind in a higher space. So this says that the spider is the weaver of mysteries. The spider has an immaculate eye for detail and is able to spin intricate webs that are a natural marvel to behold. The spider embodies creation and gives you a natural gift of storytelling, spinning tales with magic that brings your narrative to life. The spider is a cosmic creature of the divine feminine, mysteriously holding the secrets of the void. Its web synchronistically intertwined with the sacred geometry of the universe. Spider reminds you to weave intentions into every thread of silk that is spun. Looking closely, you may not notice the significance of each moment. It is only when you step back that you can appreciate the big picture of the tale you wove. Spider creates a safe space to explore your shadow self. When we connect with these parts of ourselves, we can become whole, transforming internally. Wait patiently. Your web only attracts those who are meant to find you. So I was feeling like we have a little spider web weave that we're all adding to. So yay, spider medicine for the week, weaving our webs. So, and as we're weaving our webs and telling our story, because we're sharing our stories with each other, you know, how can we see that as a bigger, broader picture, and how that web is like a beautiful web that creates this web of compassion for all of us, as we're extending this love to everyone, including ourselves, and how we're receiving that love from other people too, right? The reciprocity. We can give to ourselves and we can give to others. Also, how are we receiving? And how can we step back and marvel at our web, at what we're weaving actively? So we are going to do a little yoga nidra, if that feels okay for everybody today. So this is going to be a nice, comfortable, guided, compassionate. So make sure you're nice and warm, get blankets, get something underneath your knees. I really like the things underneath my knees. If you all want to go ahead and mute yourselves, if you want to dim lights, make sure you're nice and warm. I'm going to have you come onto your backs and lay down in a supine position. Beautiful, beautiful. Get yourself nice and comfortable here. Go ahead and make micro adjustments, anything that you need to feel safe and comfortable in this space, as we're going to be here for the next 20 minutes. Once you come to lie on your back, I want you to notice the surface beneath you and the backside of your body and all the surface area that is connecting to the earth beneath you. And bring awareness to your breath. There's no need to control it or to direct it or to move it in any way. Just notice it. If it feels safe to close your eyes, I'm going to invite you to allow the lids to gently close. Becoming aware of the breath, no judgment, just noticing the breath. Noticing the quality of the breath. Is the breath warm or soft around the nostrils? Just noticing here. Notice if the breath feels long or short, rough or smooth, hard or soft. Without judgment, become a witness to your breath. You are safe in this space. Begin to relax your face, soften your forehead, cheeks, and shoulders. Notice if you're clenching your jaw. Unhinge the jaw. Soften your tongue. And relax throat. Allow a wave of relaxation to flow all over you. Begin to notice the rhythm of your breath. See if you can allow the inhale to match the exhale. Breathing deeply into the nose. Feel the ribs, chest, and heart expand. Upward and outward. Naturally allowing the exhale to move down and out from the body. Continuing this wave of breath, inhaling deeply through the nose, feeling the ribs, chest, and heart expand upward and outward. Allowing the exhale to naturally move down and out from the body. Beginning to focus your awareness within your heart. Imagine that you can travel within, going deeper and deeper into your heart until you notice that within your heart is a vast open space. And within that space is a golden grid of light. Breathe into this light. Breathing with awareness of the space within, call upon the divine master healer. Call upon the unconditional love of the divine to help restore the spiritual soul nectar within. Call your power back from painful experiences and experience complete wholeness. Allow the breath to be a little softer, a little longer, a little smoother here as you maintain this visualization. See if the inhale and the exhale can be equal. Notice the top of the breath. Once the inhale is full and complete, and you feel full, take one more sip of air. Notice this pause before you exhale completely, called a kombucha. Allowing all of the air to release down and away from you. Notice the pause at the bottom of the exhale, just before your body refills the lungs with fresh oxygen. These sacred pauses, the top of the breath and at the bottom of the breath. Beginning to imagine a magnificent winged goddess shining love and peace upon you now. Shining down with golden rays of light into your heart now. Dividing your awareness between your breath and your visualization as you allow her to guide you deep into the golden grid of light. Inhaling and exhaling. You are safe here. Begin to notice that the grid is vibrant, alive, and filled with love. Occasionally notice that a line of the grid is torn or broken, distorted, out of alignment with the rest of the grid. Some of the lines of the grid seems to be pulled completely out, leaking golden energy rather than feeding it back and circulating the light through the grid system. The golden winged goddess, divine source energy, is with you now. She sings. She sings. She sings with a beautiful voice of sound and light, sending tones of healing into the grid, causing tears to heal, pieces missing to be restored, and the threads out of alignment to come back into perfect harmony. Reattaching the grid of golden light until it is perfect, alive, throbbing with life force and love. It feels whole, strong, and right for the grid to be this way. Notice how your body is feeling. Notice the quality of your breath. Dividing your attention between your breath and your body. Stay in your heart with a breath of gratitude and thanks for this healing. Take several rounds of breath, several waves of breath. Inhaling, noticing the belly, ribs, and chest, expanding upward and outward, allowing the exhale as a wave to move down and out. Taking a moment to notice any shifts, however subtle or more obvious they may be for you. Planting a seed of affirmation for yourself and personal healing. You can repeat out loud or quietly to yourself. I now forgive any and all unfinished business which would have prevented me from being in perfect soul alignment and experiencing great joy, love, and power within. I'm going to say that again. I now forgive any and all unfinished business which would prevent me from being in perfect soul alignment and experiencing great joy, love, and power within. Inhaling deeply through pursed lips. Exhaling completely out with a sigh. Bringing your awareness to the mantra Sat Nam. Breathing in Sat, exhaling Nam. Truth is my frequency. Truth is my vibration. Allow yourself to have 3 to 5 rounds of restorative breath to integrate this visual meditation before you roll over into a fetal position, allowing yourself to pause here. When you're ready, using your hands to push into the earth and bringing you back up into a seated position. Bringing the hands up in front of the heart as the new leaves are budding, sprouting from the seed that we just planted. Taking a nice deep inhale here as we close out with the long time sun. May the long time sun shine upon you. All the light surround you. And the pure light within you. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All light surround you. And the pure light within you. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Satnam, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. It is an honor to share this space with you. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. It fills my cup, and I hope that this helps to fill yours. Deep, deep gratitude for all of you. So thank you so much. I am going to be sending out that email to everyone and discussing the Dinacharya practices that we talked about. Sorry, I got something going on here. And our journal practice for this week is going to be, what kind of self-compassionate practices do you like to do, and what can you add in, and how often do you do them? Just having like a kind of an inventory of your self-compassion practice. So I hope everyone is doing really well. Hope that class was good for everyone today.
I have a question.
Yes, please do.
How do I pay you for the second month? I think only one was
yes,
taken in the beginning.
yes, ma'am. I can send you, I'll send you an email with a link to do that. That for you.
Okay,
Does that
great.
work? Does that work, Mary? Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
All right. Also, in the email, I would love for you to send me your addresses, because I created a special smudge blend on Mbulk that is a purification for the home. So as we're cleaning our spaces and creating beautiful clearer energy around us, it's something that came through a lot of the herbs I grow in my garden, and there's a little card in there that has directions on what to do. And so once everybody has them, you can email me, you can burn them. And so it's like a little kit that you'll have. So you can do it. Everything you need is right there. All you need is a lighter. So you'll be good to go. Okay?
Great.
Sounds good. Hey,
Yes.
Judy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask if you could maybe take a shot of that text that you read from the spider book and send it to us in the email. That would be nice.
Yes. I might put that on our Facebook group. If
Oh,
that's,
sure. That's
that-
perfect. That's better.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So much. You guys are
Thank
my
you.
wings. You really are. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thanks, Jade.
Next week.
Okay. See
Okay.
ya.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.